The origins of the Porsche 911's iconic shape and design can be sourced to a more modest vehicle, the Volkswagen Beetle, and the brilliance of a man named Ferdinand Porsche.
Ferdinand Porsche was very much ahead of his time. He was a technical genius.
Ferdinand Porsche was a self-taught automotive designer and engineer. In 1900, at the age of 25, he had designed the world's first hybrid petrol-electric car for an Austrian company. He also spent more than a decade designing cars for Mercedes. By the 1930s, Ferdinand Porsche had formed his own company designing cars for other manufacturers. He sold the German government on his dream of a small, simple car that would be affordable to the masses. That car eventually became the Volkswagen Beetle. After World War II, Ferdinand Porsche's son, Ferry Porsche, took control of the company. Ferry Porsche wanted a sports car, not for the general public, but for his own driving pleasure. A post-war shortage of parts forced Ferry Porsche to use components from the Volkswagen Beetle. The rear-mounted air-cooled four-cylinder engine, the gearbox and the suspension.
Ferry Porsche modified everything to make it more sporty.
The car that emerged in 1948 was the Porsche 356. More than 75,000 were made over the course of 15 years. It was the first sports car to bear the Porsche name. In the late 1950s, Ferry Porsche wanted a new sports car. This time, he insisted on a more powerful six-cylinder engine. For the new car's physical design, Ferry Porsche turned to his oldest son, known as Butzi Porsche.
He realized a perfect successor of the Porsche 356 because he used the classic design line of the car, but he moved it in a very forward way.
The result was presented in 1963 and eventually was called the 911. Over the course of 4 decades, the design was updated just 5 times, resulting in 6 generations of 911s.
I think the design carries on because Porsche always understood very well what you have to do to bring the 911 design language into the future.